Yeah. Man. What is up, Ghoulie Nation? Mount Ghoulie back to you once again, talking. Actually, back at you with a movie. Just talking about a movie. About a movie that's breaking barriers so far in box office, hitting already 1.2 billion. I think it was either on opening day or just an overall in general. We're here to talk about Avengers EndGame and my thoughts and perspectives on the movie. I won't be here long because I think everybody on YouTube and everybody basically in the whole wide world has given their thoughts about it. So I'm just going to give out my little 2 cents about the movie. This movie is amazing. It's an amazing movie. When I watched it in theaters with my father, we watched it in IMAX, and I gotta say it was a hell of a movie. I loved every bit of character development from every single. It's like when 11 years, guys, 11 years in the making, and they gave us what we gave us, and I was actually happy and proud for the directors and writers who brought these characters that we always read in comics, and for them to bring them to life in this setting here. I always I want to thank them for that, because seeing Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Black Widow, Hawkeye, I mean Rocket, and all these superheroes that I've always grew up reading about in school, or reading them out at my cousin's house when we always mess with his comic collection and stuff like that. And we always would read these comics, and we like, man, I want to see how this will do in real life action. And you know what? The Marvel Cinematic Universe, man. 11 years. And also seeing these characters in this, every single one. And I just want to thank them for that. For 11 years, they gave us what we wanted. And if Infinity Wars Part 1 was Thanos' movie, there was no ifs, ands, or buts. It was Thanos' movie. How he basically snapped his fingers and half of humanity just wiped out. And with this one here, it's like I don't like to bring Christian songs into this much. Like that one song that says, "But we get up, we fall down." Like that song in particular is like with Avengers, Infinity Wars Part 1, Thanos. He beat up the Avengers. He beat the Avengers, and they fell down. But in Endgame, they got up, and they basically fought back here with Thanos. Like, hey, but it's not really that simple, because, I'm not going to try to get too much away. I don't want to spoil you. But, I felt every emotion that the Avengers went through. I went, like, from Captain America, Iron Man, Black Widow, Hawkeye. I felt how they felt. I felt Thor. I felt, their emotions. I felt how they, how could they cope with this, losing your loved ones, losing, feeling like you failed, like you feeling like a failure, what Thanos did, what he did, snapping his fingers, half humanity. You felt that. Even every action, you feel every pain. You feel every blow for these characters from top to bottom, especially in the final act. The final act was amazing. And like I said, this movie made me cry of tears of joy and tears of sorrow. Tears of joy and sorrow. And, another movie hasn't, like, when it came to tears of sorrow, mostly sadness, that came from, like, Logan. And I'm not trying to compare this movie to Logan. But, having Hugh Jackman play Wolverine for so long, for having him play that role for so long, and when Logan came out, I was crying on that part with, how, with Logan, with Logan at the end of the part, oh, this is how it feels like. Here in this movie, it was more, not of sorrow. There is sorrow in some parts, And also being a family man, I felt some things like in my heart that I felt like with some following characters. Like there's only 3 in particular, and that I felt with, and I can actually cope with that and feel like it. But the happiness also for what I saw, mostly in like from the beginning to the end, I was happy, tears of happiness and everything like that. Especially that final act, guys. But this movie, it's basically just what it is. It's Avengers Endgame. It was a great movie. My thoughts on it are, it's a great movie. The action was great. The character development was great. And, it made characters that were more interesting than they've ever been. Like the following. Like, Hawkeye, especially, made him really more interesting. People like Captain America, Iron Man especially. Iron Man and Captain America are already established, but here it's like they're more. It's like more. Like you feel their pain, you feel like plans, you feel it everything here. This is the movie. I mean, especially if you grew up. Actually, not even grew up, because actually grew up watching these characters develop, watching them go through the struggles in all of their respective movies, from Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, and all those other stuff like that. And you have all those elements here in this movie that does this to it, and it was a really great movie to watch here. And this is going to be
Mom love milk.
Thank you, Leia.
You're welcome.
But anyway, guys, hey, it's a recording, so Leia, stop. We're talking about the movie. You haven't seen it.
What movie? You mean
The Avengers? You haven't seen it.
I saw something named The Avengers.
But anyway, I'm sorry about that. I have my niece here with me. But anyway, since she cannot stay still, and try not to, can't stay still, and wait for her uncle to get done. But anyway, this movie is great. It is a good movie. I recommend you watching it. And here, guys, it's a good movie. It's a tearjerker. You will, I would say, bring a little bit of tissue on board, because this is a great movie. And also, out of all the superhero movies that I've seen, this has to be probably, what are you doing? Like, probably top 5, obviously. Probably hitting number 1 on my list for best superhero movie. But, guys, with that being said, let me know in the comment section on what you thought about the movie. And if there's probably going to be a lot of people trying to spoil this movie. And if you see a little bit of spoilers, just head on out of the video. Just leave your like and leave your feedback on what you thought about the movie itself. Overall, this movie gets a 10 out of 10 for me. Great movie. Recommend you watch it. And until next time, I am Mal Gooley, and
your homie, cause the OG is gonna approach me. And I can't feel your homie, cause the OG is gonna approach me. And I can't feel your homie, cause the OG is gonna approach me.